Good evening, everybody.
Hello, everyone.
I might be a little bit off, but is it hammer time? No?
Oh, my God. Really? Sorry, I'm trying to fix my broken laptop. There we go.
Is it fixed yet?
No, the hinges are broken.
I'm always a little unhinged.
Yeah, I know. And off kilter.
Off kilter. Well, that's because of Larry Otis. I blame him for that. Yeah. See, Coastal Nomad gets it. Can't touch this.
I don't want to.
Oh, what are we looking at here?
We're looking at each other right now, but
Looking at each other. And what everybody else is looking at is two people who are really, really tired.
yes.
But first, I say a round of applause for Nico, because he should be more tired than me since you were away from home for, a week and a half and did 2 shows?
Roughly, yes. It was Vinny. When we got home, Vinny said, "Don't ever do this again."
Oh, where's his adventurous spirit at there, right?
It was a long trip.
I said, that's it. I'm never doing a show again. Everybody says, no, you have to do it. Well, convinced me. So
I think everything went well between the 2 shows, but that's my opinion.
I do as well. But we'll go over the 2 shows tonight. You got some how-tos for us. And I think we're going to have a pretty good show, even if we are a tad tired.
Yeah. We are definitely a tad tired.
So, with that said, I have a word from our sponsor, and we'll be right back.
The following episode of Large Scale Live is brought to you by Splitjaw, makers of quality metal products for the G-scale modeling world. For rail clamps, expansion joints, bridges, and more, Splitjaw Products has you covered. For more information, visit their website at www.railclamp.com.
Railclamp.com. So, trying to think, you don't have anything new product-wise on your end right now, right?
Nope. I've been busy
last
making
time.
gondolas and going to 2 shows. So,
Okay. Well, I tell you what, I probably a little bit out of order here. I think I usually do what's coming up, but since I have it on my screen here, we'll talk about something new here real quick, as quickly as I share the screen. Remember to click on to share the screen. So, as many have heard or may not have heard, Ring Engineering has a new Rail Pro board out, the LM5S-G. Not being a Rail Pro guy, I got to read here for a second, but I'm quite certain more outputs is the...
yeah, now you got 12 light outputs instead of 6, I believe it is.
Yeah.
They doubled it.
Yeah, so Cody will finally be happy, except now he'll want like 13 light outputs instead. But I know several people have been asking for that. People are adding more and more lights. I think there's something in here too. Can you control a smoke unit directly with this as well, I think now? Trying to read here. And I saw a few people posting some stuff online. I'm sure there's probably somebody in the chat. There we go. Joseph Lipinski's got it. Plus dedicated smoke output. There we go. Thank you, Joseph.
Yeah.
Angel says supposed to. Oh, coming from the river. Well, hopefully on the bank of the river, not out in it, Turk.
Mm-hmm.
The river was looking pretty nasty when you sent me pictures.
Hopefully not at the bottom.
Well, if he's at the bottom and sending us messages, that's kind of curious. But
No, I don't see any bubbles.
Turk's a man of many mysteries, so it could be. So yeah, and I believe those are actually shipping now. But I don't think I have any other new news at the moment other than that. We can go over, as always, over on the old website, largescaletrains.com. We can take a look at the upcoming events. And as always, if there's something large scale related or your club's going to be set up with a layout at a show or something, and you'd like it on the calendar, just submit it on there for us in the events calendar, and we'll get it added on there.
I like this one.
Chuck, yeah. You see, Cody's right now kind of look like a UFO. So, hey, just imagine what Jonathan can do with that, Chuck. He'll have all kinds of stuff going. So, coming on up, June 4th to the 7th, of course, is going to be the Midwest Garden Railroad Gathering.
Was that Stevens Engines? Is that why he's saying that's a beautiful picture?
Yeah. So that was Steven's layout on the front there. Excuse me. So June 4th through the 7th. Of course, June 18th through the 22nd is going to be the 40th National Garden Railway Convention out in Sacramento, California. And July 13th to the 18th in Helen, Georgia, is going to be the Big Train Operators Club Convention. And I don't have anything else to put on the calendar for this year so far, unless there's something I'm forgetting. There's probably some Garden Railway tours in that coming up. I'll have to see if I can dig for those and add them. This is where all of you come in handy, because if you know there's something coming up, please head to the website, drop it on the calendar, so I don't got to try and dig for it. Jonathan will have.
Stop it.
That's funny after the 5th time. Go ahead. I won't click on it. Go for it. Jonathan will have a mini hot tub on a trailing car. I'm actually kind of surprised he doesn't already. So yeah, those are the events we have coming up. I know the Pennsylvania Railway Museum of Pennsylvania. I always get that backwards. I believe we'll have their tour coming up in October.
Yep.
I know Columbus always has their tour in September. July is probably going to be, I think Cincinnati has their tour this year, but I'll try and get that stuff added to the calendar as soon as I get a chance to look for it. My brain's a little befrazzled, if that's a word.
Why? He didn't do anything.
No, I didn't do anything at all whatsoever.
You made me do it all.
Tim Stump says, still have rooms available for the BTO convention and plenty of great activities. Yep. Had to think there for a minute. I'm like, yeah, I got my room for the BTO convention. Oh, I got to send my registration in, don't I, Tim?
Stick around. We're going to go over how the show was.
How was
both shows, the Northeast show and the Great Lakes Large Scale Expo.
So I feel like I'm forgetting something here. Like there's something I was going to show, but
what do you show?
What
do you show? What do you show?
I don't know.
Show it.
I already showed the hammer I have. I don't know.
Well, I have a tool to show.
You do? All right. What do we got?
That's going to be part of later.
Ooh.
Go over some of the other tools that we use.
I forgot.
Per request.
You just reminded me. I was supposed to get a Dremel off my brother the other day, and I forgot to get it before I left.
No. You should have asked me. I would have reminded you.
That's what you're here for.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, folks. Well, I tell you what. We'll hear from Me Love Trains, and then we'll come back and we'll start going over the Northeast and the Great Lakes events that just happened in the past 2 weeks. So we will be right back. And we're back.
Already then.
looking at the chat here, see if I missed something. Nope, nothing exciting going on there. So obviously I did not go to the Northeast show, so I can't really give feedback on that. But Nico did.
I was there.
You were there? It happened?
It happened. It was there. I was there.
I did get, let's see here.
So were lots of other people.
But since Nico doesn't have any photos of said thing.
You didn't tell me to take photos. If you told me to take photos, I would have taken photos.
I guess it's just, I think it's baked in second nature a lot of times.
I don't take a lot of pictures. Sorry.
But Taya and Tim from the BTO were nice enough to say, "Hey, go ahead and use our photos." So I do have a few photos that I can show.
Are you gonna actually show? Oh, there you go.
So, from what I could see, it looked like it was a pretty well stocked show. Seemed like the selection was pretty good. Would you say, Nico?
Yes. I purchased many things there.
Yeah, that's how I ended up with that 70-ton hopper you thought was 100-ton.
Yep, that was one of them.
Remember, always check the contents of the box.
Yeah. Well, that's the second time I've gotten duped with a USA Trains in a aristo-craft box.
So this was in, I forget.
It worked out. You got a new car.
Yeah. I forget what the name of the building was this was in. This was a different building this year, right?
Young building, I think it was.
Young building? Okay.
Yes. Larry will probably correct me.
Probably.
Larry has some photos too.
Well, that's always dangerous.
Better Living Center. Sorry, I was wrong.
Better Living Center.
And Tim also said Better Living Center.
I think Young Building was the building last year, was it not?
Well, it's all good.
And of course, the Big Train Operators Club was there to represent.
Yeah, they had a nice little layout in the corner and their table set up.
Yeah, I always enjoy their displays, especially the small barrel display that they always have. I think there's a closer one of that. And who made that at one time, actually?
I know Heartland did, and I think aristo-craft actually had one too.
I believe you're right. Yeah, Joseph says Young Building is a building we started in previous years.
Yep. See, and well, it was partially right.
Let's see. Tim and Larry say Heartland. I thought I saw a question here. Where'd it go? The chat keeps moving. Coastal Nomad says he has a Aristo barrel circle.
That's what I said. The Aristo made one too.
Okay. Well, no, I'm saying he says he has it. Oh, that's the question I was looking for. What was the percentage of G scale versus O and S? I don't know if I've ever seen any S there the couple years that I went, honestly.
There was a piece or two here or there. It wasn't like anybody really came like full S scale. More O than S, I would say. But it was mainly G scale. I mean, it was predominantly G scale, and then there was people that was it Brady's Trains had both. There was a couple different people that had both O and G.
ONG?
Yep.
ONG.
O and G.
Yeah, first I'm like, N. I'm like, how'd N fit in there? Joseph says 80-20 G to O.
Yeah, I would probably say that was about right.
Oh.
Evan had a not G related, but he was digging and he found an old water sight glass. That's kind of cool.
Oh, yeah. Where was he digging at? He was digging in the dirt. Oh, in the yard of the old L&N. Oh, okay.
Yep.
He was really getting out there. So I also have some pictures here from the Dragon Brag that was set up at.
Yep.
I'm always kind of impressed with the stuff I find on that table.
Large scale central. Yeah, a lot of those guys do a lot of scratch building. Kit bashing, scratch building.
I'm looking to see. Yeah, some of the stuff I'm just like, we're pretty sure that's comprised of all wood, it looks like.
I know that dump car there is 3D printed, the top of it.
Yeah, I can see the layer lines a little bit, I guess. Huh?
Yeah, that was cool.
That's kind of neat.
No, the Schnabel.
Oh, yes, I got a picture of that.
They actually had it running, which was really cool.
I don't know that I got a video of that.
They brought it over to the New Hampshire club, that ginormous layout. That thing, yes.
That thing right there.
Yes, that picture does not do it justice.
Oh, there's a better picture of it here. I got to get to it.
Yeah, there's one end.
Well, as the tag says, if you'd like to see a video of it, check out a video on YouTube. Look up Cape Cod Train Todd. Yeah, and that wasn't 3D printed. Like, that was actually built out of like acrylic and stuff, correct?
I am not 100% sure. I did not talk to him about how he constructed it.
Had to make a conversion first before we could get it to run.
I think a coupler conversion. I'm not 100% sure.
Also, if there's anybody that had their stuff displayed on the Dragon Brag table and I missed displaying it, I apologize. I tried to grab all the photos that I saw. CSX Autonomous Track Assessment Car. That sounds interesting.
Yeah, you pushed a button and a little light shined on the track.
Kit bash using USA Trains 50-foot boxcar sides and ends were sanded flat and veneers added. Oh, I was going to say it was sanded flat and veneers added. That's got to be Dan. Yep, Dan Gilchrist. Yeah. There it is. I thought people were going to lose their minds the day you showed the video of sanding
the side of the car.
They're like, no, what are you doing?
Tia said there's only a couple pieces that were 3D printed on the generator.
Yeah, where is the... I know people want to see... I think I showed all the other ones. Let's see, I might have missed this one, maybe. That's just another Dan Gilchrist boxcar. Nobody cares about that. I'm just kidding, Dan. Shout out to Dan for coming all the way down to the Great Lakes show last weekend. It was great seeing it.
Yes, thank you to everybody that came to the show.
Well, yeah, that as well.
Not just Dan. I mean, geez.
Well, you know. But he kept on going. He went all the way up past Chicago and went to the Illinois Railway Museum. Like he got out of state and he just kept going. There's the picture I was looking for. Now I'm sure that kind of gives a better idea of the size of it. I'm assuming, Nico.
Yes, it was very large.
How many freaking axles are underneath that thing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's like 16 trucks and 32 axles, if my math's right. Yeesh.
Sure.
How do you even load that onto the track?
There's Dan in the background. You can see him right there.
Where?
Look straight over the generator, and there you go.
Oh. Yeah, I see. It's hard to recognize Dan without his horse head on, you know? Yeah, that's pretty wild. That is pretty wild.
And I think that's one of our gondolas going by there in the front, too. On the right.
Oh, yeah.
The weathered one. Yep, I think that's one of ours. Peter Brayshaw bought it.
And it was already weathered, or he weathered it that quick?
No, Vinny did one weathered.
Oh, okay.
We had one that was weathered, and we sold it.
Oh, cool.
So is the station off to the right of the picture? I don't know what that means.
Shout out to our friend Nick that I can never say his last name. How do you say that last name, Nico?
Which Nick?
Payo. I can never say his last name. Yeah. He texted me, so he said the car has 16 trucks. The car's in 2 sections with the load pinned in the middle. So, yeah. That had to be an interesting build to do, though. Okay. So, what else can you tell us about the Northeast show this year, Nico?
I think the New Hampshire Club set a Guinness Book World Record with the size of their modular layout.
Really?
I believe it was 150 by 120 or something like that.
Huh. So, I mean, did they actually have like someone from Guinness Book there to officiate it?
No, they called Guinness, and Guinness wants you to pay.
But wait, what? You got to pay to be in the Guinness Book. Okay.
Yeah, I can't say that. Sorry, I didn't say anything.
I didn't hear anything.
Yep. Oh, there you go.
Woo.
But it was huge. I mean, it was right in the center of the show. So when you wanted to go from one side of the show to the other, you either had to go around one way or you had to go around the other way.
Sounds like a good opportunity for like an old style ski lift. You go up and you like go over top the layout and come
Well,
back.
you know what? They had a like a kids ride on train in the back. They should have used that like as a tram car, like, you know, going to the other side of the show now, and you'd all hop on and go across.
John Molesworth says 600 feet of track. That's a bit of track.
What is that, each loop, or?
Yeah.
Seemed like more than that, but they would know better than I would. It was their party. But yeah, it was very interesting. It was quite large. I think they even built some more modules to make the size of it. Each loop. Oh yeah, each loop is 600 feet.
Each loop is 600 feet. And I'm trying to remember. Someone's probably going to ask me.
Nancy is correct. That is a lot of money. You could keep. They could build another modular the same size, or they could buy a truck to haul their modular around.
Well, before I get it wrong, I'm just going to ask the folks in the chat, because I'm sure there's somebody that's going to know. Someone's going to ask what the attendance was at the Northeast show, and I'm just going to wait for somebody to put that in the chat for me, because it's somewhere here in my chat with somebody, and I'm not finding it at the second. And someone will pop that in there rather quickly, I'm sure. Seems like, from what I heard, the attendance was pretty good, though.
I believe on Saturday they were close to 1,000.
Oh, nice.
And then on Sunday, I think they were 400 or 500, something like that.
Oh,
roughly, rough numbers.
And I just got a picture of the layout of the module from Taya. Let me see if I can pull that over. Display it.
There you go.
Bob says roughly 1,300 total.
Yeah.
Tim Stump says 900 and 300, if I remember.
I think 1,300 sounds correct.
Okay. I think it was off on the number there. So looking at the map that Taya sent me here, the New Hampshire, Little Green was the live steam. Okay.
Yeah.
That
was off to the side there.
Yeah, that's
129. Okay. I was off by 20 feet.
Wow.
Oh, 158. There you go. 130 by 160 almost.
2.5 miles and 124 scale, 3.7 and 132nd scale. Dang. 230 modules. That had to be kind of interesting to set up.
Yes.
I'm assuming somebody like drops this in the computer and maps this out or something. Like that's got to be a little bit fast.
They have to, because somebody's got to know what they have to put it together.
Larry says it looks like a Trojan horse. Huh. Yep. Once you let it in, it just takes over, right, Larry?
Covered roughly 10,000 square feet.
Joseph says the president plans it out in AutoCAD. That would make a whole lot of sense.
Yeah, I used to do that for the Pocono Club too.
So I'm looking at some of the things coming off. Are these like staging yards and different things that were coming
Yeah.
off?
Yep. I think some people individually own their own staging yards.
Oh,
This way they don't have to take their trains off. They can just pull into their staging yard and
that's an interesting concept.
yep.
Well, I knew somebody was going to ask, what's the mileage of 129? It's
Isn't it on there? Oh no, 124th.
no 124 and 132. I'll wait for somebody in the chat to calculate that for us. My brain's not doing the math right now.
I would say around 3 miles.
Yeah, I'd probably go right in the middle there.
Oh, see, there is a club yard, but I believe there's a lot of individual yards too. Tia said it was very impressive. Yeah, and there was a lot of good vendors there. They had the White Elephant table again. They also had the Amherst Society had separated their items, so they had a G scale table and then they had an O and S scale table.
Okay.
Which was kind of nice. This way you didn't have to kind of look through things. Everything was separated. I picked up some stuff from that table and some stuff from the White Elephant table as well.
Yeah. I never go to a show with the intention of buying anything, but stuff just kind of finds its way home with me.
I went to both these shows going, I'm not buying anything. I don't need anything. Yeah.
Yeah. You should have actually got a trophy since you were packing all that in the truck and you didn't have your trailer.
Yeah. Well, that's at the end of the Northeast show where we're like trying to pack stuff in it. We're like, oh my gosh, why did we buy anything?
There's even room for Vinny's car rims that he had to buy.
Yep. That's why we bought the rack for the back of the car.
Hey, I never really thought I'd have a use for something like that, but when you're able to throw that wheelbarrow on there for me at the show here, I'm like, oh, okay, I guess there are some uses for that.
Yeah, we before we had the cap for our truck, I had one for the truck, and then when we moved, I got rid of it. Oh, there you go. If my math is right, 129 scale is 3.37 miles. Stop clicking on it, damn it.
Does anybody know, or do you know, Nico? Is there a date for the show next year yet, or
I haven't seen any announcements. I know they have a meeting at the end of May. John didn't. We also went to the banquet. John did not announce, a show for next year at the banquet. So,
all right. I know he was tossing around ideas of different things he was going to do next year when he was on the show. So
yes,
might just not have that formed out yet.
Yep. And who was telling me? Somebody was telling me John is in Italy right now on vacation. So
Italy.
Yeah.
Dang. I'm not sure if I know what I would do there.
In Italy?
Yeah.
There's a lot to see.
I can see it all right here online, though.
Okay.
Yeah, just like you said, John's off on vacation. So no, well, come on now. Like, power of the internet. Let's call him up in Italy and say, hey, John, what's going on?
I'm sure he'll really enjoy that. I'm sure he's going to answer that call.
And Larry's going to make Resi. What the heck is Larry talking about? Oh, reservations. Okay. I'm like, is Resi's code for something? Like, I'm not following here.
Yeah. He's going to make Resis. It must be, Massachusetts talk.
Ah, yes. You gotta have your decoder ring to decipher it.
Yes.
Let's see if I had something else I hadn't shown here. And I apologize. I don't have any other photos to show from up there, folks. If there's anybody that wants to message me some.
Sorry, I dropped the ball on this one. I didn't take a lot of photos.
Well, you were there well, I mean, Vinny was with you, but you guys are there by yourself. You're running your table. You're doing your thing. So
Yes.
I really can't fault you.
Sure you can.
You know. Oh, that's Tim has his reservation for the January show.
Yep.
Pardon me for one moment. I got to read something here.
Pardon my reach. But yeah, I mean, we had an overall good time. Great seeing everybody at the Northeast show. Connecticut, all the Connecticut guys except for Larry, all the New Hampshire guys. We also Sepkers was there. So seeing all the Southeast Pennsylvania guys, and then Nick, I'm probably going to slaughter his last name, Savadaji, and Ken Vogel, and their group was there with their modular layout. So there was quite a few modular layouts to see.
Well, I don't know if that's.
There were some smoking deals at some of the vendors. Yeah, I mean, we got some good deals.
John,
I mean, that's
John,
kind of the point of going to a train show, though. I mean, some people are hooked on their exorbitant prices. And there's other people that are looking to make deals and get, move products.
John Molesworth, I got the things you sent me. Any possibility you could send those to me in like Facebook Messenger? It'd be easier for me to get them from there to the computer screen than from my text.
How did gondola sales go? So we left, out of the ones that we had for sale at the Northeast show, we had 4 left. No, 2 left. Sorry, 2 left. And then when we finished the Great Lakes show, I had 2 left, and then somebody else decided to buy one at the show or after the show. So then I have 1 left. So I actually have 1 Conrail car left.
1 Conrail left.
Yes, I believe that's all I have left. Which I'm surprised because I figured the Conrail would be the most.
Well, no, I had to have the Penn Central.
Yeah.
Which I have to say, fine car. I like it.
Thank you.
Now, did you say you're going to be making loads for these or no?
Making what?
Didn't you say you're going to be making loads for these?
Yes, that's one of the things we're thinking of making. So I was going to, if anybody has ideas of what kind of loads they like to see. And then also, Vinny and I have been talking. The next run will probably be kits. So we'll do a run of kits and see how those sales go. Because a lot of people were asking for that because they want to do their own road names. So
when it's kits, will it be like completely unfinished? Like what would be designated as a kit?
It would be ready to paint, basically.
Okay. So it would be assembled, but
yes, it would be assembled but not painted, and then you would have to paint it. The other thing I don't know is I may offer it 2 different ways. One coming with the KD trucks and couplers, and another way without the KD trucks and couplers. The only thing we'd have to do is figure out. Oh my goodness, we'd have to figure out which trucks were. I know the roller bearing Bachmann trucks work on it, but I'd have to get a better list if other people want different trucks.
By the way, thank you, Mr. John Molesworth, for the photos. I'm sure Tim loves that photo. So I'd have to assume this is the train you were talking about that was set up.
Yes.
Nice. Oh, hey, and there's John in the background too. Wait a minute. I see John. I see Taya. Oh, for crying out loud! Why is his name slipping? Mr. Cromwell, Larry Cromwell.
You're getting old.
Well,
Larry also sent you some photos.
Well, again, that could be dangerous.
Yeah, you might want to check those before you show them.
Please hold while I filter. You can turn on the Otis filter. Oh, okay. Let's see here. What Larry sent me. These look like they're PG rated at least.
Is there any more pictures from John? Or is there just
There's
two?
a couple videos there. I'm going to see if I can pull those down and show those. Working the BTO booth. Let's see.
Good evening, Mr. Simkovich.
There's John. How goes it tonight, John? I hope you're doing well. We don't have anything patched for Lehigh Valley tonight for you, unfortunately. Here you guys are.
Hey!
Yeah, I didn't realize Vinny was getting that tall, actually.
I'm just shrinking.
Well, I really hadn't paid close attention, but dang, yeah.
You just saw him.
Yeah, I know, but, usually he's kind of bebopping around and digging through boxes looking for treasure, so, Or actually, he might be the same height as you. It's just the hair that makes him look taller, maybe.
Yep. Rub it in. Rub it in.
Let's see. All right. Mr. Molesworth sent me some video as well. Let me see if I can pull that down.
Why is John saying watch it, Nico? You're the one that said about Lehigh Valley.
Let's see.
John, I'm Nico. That's Andrew over there, up there. He's the one that said the Lehigh Valley comment. Not me. Not this guy. That guy.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it was you. Let's see. Yeah, I should be able to get that to play. Let's see. Present video. So let's see what John sent us here. Oh, DP60. Oh, hang on a minute. I'll back that up.
Vermont Railway in 2 different colors.
Yeah. So if I remember correctly, the second one is the original that came in.
Correct.
And they sent some of them back to be repainted because it shouldn't have been orange, but more red.
Correct.
That's nice to see that they actually did go back and correct those. But now that I interrupted, we'll go back to the beginning there. Is that an LGB caboose? I think it is.
Looks like it.
John says, yes, the red one is the second one. No, the red one is the first one. In the order. Wheel was off on the first boxcar. Oh, we got an Eagle Eye Scout there.
Let's see. Is it? Was it?
Oh.
Yep.
What about that? It didn't even derail. Oh, that's not too bad, though. Oh, there we go. I got one other video John sent me. Let's see. Oh, we got a Thomas. Let's see.
I do have pictures from the show. And person.
Yeah, I never picked any of that stuff up, but one, the Bachman stuff seems to be made really, really nice, and 2, I'm starting to see more advantage to it because for kids in that,
We just sold the Percy set up at that show.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we had the Percy and the 2 cars. It was Vinny and Emma's, but they're done with it now.
Yeah, and I think the newer ones actually have, DCC and sound in them now, correct?
Yep. Yeah, the new set. They just reissued the Thomas set. And he now comes with the sound.
And I think Tim sent me.
What I was saying is I bought I didn't buy. What I'm trying to say. The pictures I took were for the modular. So I kind of took all pictures underneath the modules, unfortunately. Not anything
And Tim sent me this photo, but I'm not sure what I'm looking at here. Is there more to this photo, Tim?
That was the Sepkers layout.
Ah, okay.
That's one of the modulars. That little train goes around in a circle, kind of disappears behind, and comes back.
Yeah, I'm looking to see if there was other photos in here. Oh, okay. I think I see. Go to the left, not the right. All right. Yeah, Tim did send me some more photos. All right. I was going the wrong direction with the arrow buttons and Facebook Messenger. That makes so much more sense now. Download, download, download. All right. Let's see what I got.
What do you got? Come on. Come on. I'm waiting. Come on.
Yeah, I'm waiting too. Where the heck did it go? Yeah, downloads. That's what I want. So let's see. That was that photo.
That is the Sepkers.
Okay.
I did the Rail Pro install on that train.
Oh, yeah.
The Southern Pacific.
So what do we got there? Is that like a 3-level station?
Yeah, Ken Vogel built that. I think it is a station.
Oh, that's kind of cool. I like it.
Yep, that is the Hudson Valley.
John says I need a new squirrel. You are correct, John. I tried catching one in the yard tonight and it ran away.
George Adams sent me something, but I am not a part of the group, so I'd have to join the group.
He sent you a link to it. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. Let me see if I can get in here. Oh, it's a video? It took me to... Skip to it. Oh.
It was a trick link. It took you to Larry Otis's...
No, this one...
George says he'll fix it.
I don't know if you want me to share this, but this is a walk around. It's a 6-minute walk around of the... It looks like a 6-minute walk around of the New Hampshire.
You can. Maybe just mute it, maybe.
Mute. All right. How do I share this? I could full screen it.
If you go down to the bottom, click present, select video file, or is it still on Facebook?
It's in YouTube.
Oh, it's in YouTube. Okay.
Can I do that?
Just make sure there's not anything on the screen that's going to dox you, give away your things.
Is this it? Add to stage?
Nope.
Nope, that was your thing.
That was mine.
All right, hold on.
I'm gonna remove these extra things so that they don't confuse you.
It was weird. It said present to StreamYard, but then it didn't show up. So, give me a second here. Keep going, and I'll try and figure something out here. See, it says view tab StreamYard.com.
I don't know what you're doing.
I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing either, obviously. Let me see if I can present this screen here. You guys think I know what I'm doing? Present. Share. Oh, nope. Stop screen. I just stopped the other one. All right. Present. Share screen.
Well, Nico's trying to figure that out.
Yeah, go ahead.
Those of you that are in the chat that were at the Northeast show, what was your favorite part of the show? How about that? Tell us.
Can you see it now?
Can
you see it now? Add stage. There you go. I get there eventually. I take the slow boat.
Oh, there we go.
It looks like it's a walk around, I guess. So you can see the whole modular layout, plus other things.
And I have to imagine Nick is saying his favorite thing was the Hudson Valley Club, which I can understand.
That was his club. Oh, was this a drone? That's the drone video. Yes. Okay.
Still, though, that's pretty cool.
It's actually a drone, yes. Yeah, you can see the little sidings they have there for different...
Larry's favorite thing was seeing everyone that in some cases he only sees once or twice a year, unless he has spy cams in their house. You're not supposed to know about that, Nico.
It's okay. Doesn't bother me.
Oh, I always say the name on that locomotive incorrectly. Cody's got it programmed into my mind as Unita, but that's not what it is.
Unita, isn't it Uinta?
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
That trestle's cool too. That whole corner is a trestle. It's a very impressive layout.
Well, obviously, like modules belong to different members, and I couldn't imagine storing all that stuff. That's got to.
Well, I think some members own a lot, and then other members own smaller sections. So I guess it depends on who has the room to store what.
Oh, okay. Well, we got a few comments in the chat. Anybody else? What was your favorite part of the Northeast show? Nobody's going to say getting to see Nico.
No, I was getting to see Larry.
Everybody goes for Larry. They go for the trains. They stay for the Otis.
Yes, this is the group that used to be in the back by the windows.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if they were still going to York when I started going.
Yeah, they were there up until the end.
Were they? Okay.
Yep.
I'm still trying to debate when I first attended York, if it was 2015 or 2016. Oh, well, that would be a question for some of the members that might be in the chat, Nancy. But Nancy, I'd like to know, how many people does it take to set it up, and how long does it take? I guess that's one of those questions of how many of the people that are helping or not would determine how long it takes.
Well, that's because you weren't there.
But yeah, I was going to say, whose fault's that? My least favorite part.
See, they even went to the last Timonium.
Oh, okay. In 2020, okay. 2020 was kind of a blur. That was a weird year. I mean, in general, for the East Coast show at that time.
It got shut down.
Yeah. Bob says about 4 hours to set up the main line. Oh, wait. Trying to see who that was standing to the left there. Oh, I see Larry Cromwell.
That was Joe Bongino, I think. That just kind of...
Pregnant wife priorities. Again, that's your fault, Colin. Congratulations as well.
Hey, look, I got props for once.
Yeah. Mr. Robert Galvin, who I'll never forget his name ever again.
Well, thank you for that.
He doesn't even have to have it on his shirt anymore, I remember.
Yep, seeing old and meeting new friends. Yep, I agree with that.
Hey, that layout just keeps on going.
Ooh, I'm sorry, Tom. Tony. Sorry, Tony.
Holy moly. Yeah, that ain't a good time at all.
Yeah, they set this up to Nicholas's point. They set this up rather quickly. Like they have a system.
And excuse me while I step off camera for 10 seconds to blow my nose so you don't have to see that.
Oh, come on. There's the Making Trains Fun people there. Yeah, I mean, these guys have a really nice layout. Not to say anybody else doesn't have a layout. Hey, I think there's Nick. Nicholas. I can't control it or stop it. Or wait, can I? I am running this, ain't I? I'm talking to myself.
So I was blowing my nose. I was thinking of the old joke of how do you make a tissue dance? You put a little boogie in it.
Oh, my gosh. Is this layout over 3 miles to walk around?
I thought it was scale miles.
Yeah, 3 scale miles.
Yeah, and Dan says the layout comes down in half the time. I agree with that. Taking those down a lot of times is a little bit quicker. Hey, Robert appreciated my joke.
I like this one.
Just recorded an earthquake on Ohio. Wouldn't it be in Ohio?
Were you blowing your nose?
Yes, nothing like the fun joys of summertime, mowing the grass right before you do the live stream, and just everything's all compacted.
There's the Hudson Valley layout running there. Oh, there we are over there in the middle.
Yay!
Yay! So, yeah, it was yep, there's the end of it. Oh, now we can watch a commercial. Anybody want to watch a commercial?
No, get rid of the commercials. Who knows what's going to come up? It'll probably be something for Otis Underpants or something. We don't need to see that. Favorite thing is socializing at the show. I agree with you, Taya.
It was about 1/10 of a mile to walk around it. Yeah, the socializing is great. I mean, just walking around and seeing stuff or finding things that you've been looking for. You know, it's funny. I don't go to I go to shows and I don't see the things I want, you know, show after show after show. I go to this show, the Northeast show, and I was looking for the LGB Pennsylvania covered hopper. And there was two of them for sale. Haven't seen one for a couple of years at a show.
LGB, the 3 bays?
Yeah.
Oh, you're actually looking for those?
I was looking for the Pennsylvania one.
Oh, just one, not more? Okay.
Yeah.
And
then, like I said, I could never find one, and then all of a sudden, there's 2 at the show. Same thing with the Hooker chemical tanker. I was looking for one of those. I bought one on eBay. I got it, and then I saw like 3 or 4 of them between the 2 shows.
Huh.
Never fails.
All right. Well, yeah, let's.
We're at the 8 o'clock hour. Do you want to do a giveaway?
Actually, yeah, we can. Let me double check what we got going here. Actually, we'll probably have 2 giveaways tonight.
Yeah, I got a message from Dave. If you got that too.
Yep, that's what I was just looking at. So yeah, give me a second here, and I'll cue that up. We can start changing gears here in a moment. We can go to the Great Lakes Large Scale Train Expo, but let me do the giveaway thing here.
Do it. Yeah, this is the other thing. Buying things you weren't even looking to buy. Yeah, I know that one too.
Yeah, that's how I ended up with a, I think it's a 60-foot Great Northern boxcar. I didn't know I needed it till my money was in my hand.
Are you looking for one, John? Because I actually have one. Let me know. Hashtag Andrew got robbed. That's Nico got robbed. Andrew doesn't get robbed.
The only thing I got robbed of was sleep. All right, so find the giveaway thing here. Ah, there it is.
Message me offline, John. We can make it a deal. For the Lehigh Valley RS3 I have.
I had to think what the heck I was looking for there.
Can you do me a favor?
Where did that go?
Yeah, we're on.
All the time. All right, I found what I'm looking for. So our first giveaway for the evening will be from our wonderful sponsor, David at Split Jaw, for always putting up with us. We always appreciate it. We have a 12-pack of code 332 rail clamps. And I believe he will let you select if you would like the direct to rail or over the joiner style. And if you would like to enter the giveaway for that, there we go. Just enter hashtag clamp in the live chat on Facebook or YouTube. Excuse me. Nope. Hashtag clamp Bill Lynch, not hashtag split jaw. Make sure you put the right one in there.
Oh, hashtag clamp, hashtag clamp, hashtag clamp.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, everybody's got a one-track mind. Nancy, you spelt it wrong.
Yeah, I saw somebody had something spelled wrong. It flipped by me pretty quickly, though.
Nancy had clamo. It's clamp.
Clamo.
Yeah, re-enter that, Nancy.
Makes me think of Whammo for some reason. They make frisbees.
This way you get a chance.
Oh, yeah, they're all putting it in there now.
I corrected already. Okay. Clamp stamp? What? Nico has a 4-track mind. Thank you. That's how many tracks I have running at all times. So, do you want to switch over to that, or do you want to do the electric board thing before we switch over, or we could do that and the tool, and then switch over, do the drawing, and then switch over?
You wanted to hold off on going over Great Lakes, is what you're saying?
Well, I'm saying you want to do these two things in between while people are
yeah, we can.
Hashtag clamping, and then we can.
Sure, works for me.
So I got to present again because no, I don't want to share screen. Present.
You
Share screen. Yes, I do. Share screen. That's what I want to do. I don't know what I want to do anymore.
If only your computer had voice commands. I feel like on Star Trek, you just say computer and what you want it to do.
All right. Can you see that?
I see the window at the bottom of my screen, but I don't think you've added it yet.
Add stage. Come on. Add stage. Before presenting a screen, remove other media. Was that you that had that there?
Yeah. I just...
You were hindering my... All right. There you go. So it's going to start in a second. Just give it time. So the overload on the motor caused these traces to get short-circuited, basically, and they basically overheated and they cooked. So now the engine will not run because there's no electricity passing through these traces. What I'm trying to point out here to you is, let me see if I can get something here. So these little pathways here are called the trace on a printed circuit board, for those that don't know. So what we're going to do is we're going to solder in a jumper wire from this point, bypass all this, and then we're going to figure out where the mess ends here and try and jumper a wire to the next connection point. In this case, we're going to use this spot here. If it was a spot where there wasn't another joint, what we would do is clear off some of this green masking, get it down to the trace itself, the metal that's on the trace, and then we would solder onto that. So I'm going to get it cleaned up and I will show you the next steps. All right, so now as you can see, we have all the burned up traces cleaned off. You want to make sure you get rid of that so that those flakes don't, get caught up in other things and cause other short circuits. So we got rid of all that. As you can see here, I'll try and get my pointer in there. I cleaned off that little bit of a trace there, and you could see that I could jumper right to here and solder and bring it over to that point, or or the other way around. So I could either go from that point or jumper over. And now I'm going to get out soldering gun and I'm going to put in a jumper, and then I'll show you the next step after that. the completed soldering job, and we'll test it out and make sure it works. Okay, so now you can see that I have the jumpers soldered in there. I try to kind of route them through the same pathways that the original traces kind of followed. This way I don't have any issues with shorting. Fortunately enough, this circuit board has a standoff, so it's not going to get pinched by anything underneath, and it's pretty flat surface where it mounts. As you can see, there's where it fried. So there's no issue of shorting out on anything. And then the next thing would be to test it. So what I did is I plugged back in the switch circuit board. This is an LGB engine, which has a 4-position switch. Off, lights on, smoke on, and then motor on, or something like that. And then it's also connected up to the motor block. So now if we supply power, before we had no motor running at all, and now you can see it works. So that is the simple repair for that circuit board to repair the fried traces from a, like I said, burnt out motor, and the motor fried, which shorted out, and in turn shorted out the traces. So easy peasy. Again, 4-track RR, check us out. Parts for aristo-craft, 3D printed parts. Have a good night.
There's nobody there.
Yeah, text about that. Don't go anywhere. We're not done. Yeah, have a good night on. We're like, wait a minute, we're not going anywhere yet. Get back here, everybody. But I see some people are still putting hashtag clamp in there. So I did come across, Taya had sent me another video of the Schnabel car running, actually, if you want me to show that, Nico.
Sure.
Let's see, video. I think that's it. There we go.
There was so many people around it taking pictures and videos and hey, that car looks familiar again.
Yeah, I want the weathered one. Wow, that thing rides pretty high, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a big car. That is definitely not going through any of the tunnels on the East Coast. I'll tell you that.
Wow. Sweet.
Hey, there's one of the aristo-craft N11 cabooses.
What?
The aristo-craft caboose, the brass one at the end, all the way to the end. There you go.
Oh,
Hey,
Sweet.
you know what that's attached to the end of?
I know what's attached to the end of it.
What?
It's attached to the end of one of these that I have. I'm just going to go ask that guy if he wants to sell me like a third of his and call it a day.
Those are actually put together though. Yours is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Heck with putting mine together. Let's see if he'll sell me some of his. Someone was asking you, Tom was asking if you could show him how to make a smoke unit. I'm not sure if that was a serious thing or if he was joking.
I think he was talking about the smoking the board, maybe. So if anybody has any questions about that, that repair, let me know.
And John Miller, I believe, yes, that was I believe that was Todd's car, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, it was.
Was it? Okay.
Oh, got another hashtag clamp came in.
Yeah, actually, let me take that banner down. 'Cause we're going to do that drawing here in a moment.
Yep, and then I can show this this tool next if you would like.
Okay. Let's see. I just got to find the right thing to add to the screen. Screen.
I should have cleaned it first. Let me just grab a towel. I'll be right back.
Quick, while he's gone, we can all talk about him. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, I really don't care.
All right. No, Larry Otis, hashtag clam rolls does not count. All right. So this drawing is for a 12-pack of split jaw code 332 brass rail clamps, direct to rail or over the joiner. Whoever wins will have their choice of that. And now that Nico's back, we can do the drawing.
Go ahead.
Let's see who the lucky winner is going to be. Oh, we didn't want you to feel left out.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Who's getting it? Who's getting it?
Hey,
Bob.
we just saw him last weekend.
Yeah.
Well, you know how to get a hold of me.
Not only does he get to hang out with Turk, he won this too.
Just however you want to get a hold of me, Rob. Email, text. No smoke signals. I don't know how to read those. Just send me your mailing address and that, so I can forward it off to David at Split John. He'll get those off to you. And yes, congratulations. So, what do we have to see on your end now, Nico?
So I got asked at. Oh my God, this thing is really filthy. Should have cleaned it up a little bit before. I didn't realize it was this dirty. Sorry. So I got asked at the Northeast show if I would show tools that I use for doing different things, or both of us, obviously, whoever use. This is a Warrior one, but Dremel makes it. They call it like a multi-tool.
Okay.
So, and vibrates.
Oh yeah, I've used those a couple of times. Those are actually pretty nice.
They're really good. I mean, I originally bought one for doing work around the house, but I ended up using it for the model train. So basically, you get attachments, and like here's one serrated end, and you can put the attachment on this way, or you could go on side angles or flip it upside down. Makes a great cutting tool, and you can get all different widths. So just show you a variety of stuff here. You got that different width here.
Hey, Turk said you can just send them to him. He takes care of everything anyhow.
Here's another round cutting blade.
Yeah, I use one of the straight edge ones for actually cutting out for the FA for your lowering kit.
Right, exactly. That's what I used to do the lowering on the engine that I had at the show.
Ah, okay.
It's nice, and you could just go right along the side and drop through. The other thing I like is I bought these.
Oh, what is
These
that?
are a sanding attachment.
Oh.
So you have two different sizes.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely a bigger one.
And you Velcro on. Unfortunately, the ones I have here are used, but they just Velcro on. And then they sell them in different grits. So they're great for sanding 3D prints, as Vincent just said. So all the cars all the gondola sides were sanded with this. Usually the smaller one. But, the thing is nice. You could get into tight corners because it's rounded. It's got the point. And like I said, it comes with different grit, different grits of sandpaper. Like I said, I use this all the time, all around the house, as well as for modeling, cutting, especially, cutting small straight things. So that's the tool for the week.
And real quick, I see.
Here's another one. I mean, you can even get little tiny blades. See?
Oh, okay.
So I bought a pack. They had like a variety pack off of Amazon, and that came with the 2 different sanding heads, a bunch of sanding pads, a bunch of different cutting blades. I was just sick of always trying to find a different one or buy one. So, yes, Dremel makes one. This one is, I burnt up the Dremel one. So I went out and bought this from Harbor Freight. This is the Harbor Freight model. I think I paid like 20 or 30 bucks for it at Harbor Freight. But yes, it was in a Dremel box. But there, I mean, I think Dremel makes it, and Milwaukee makes one. DeWalt makes one. I mean, you could get them. Yeah, here. He sanded his rail buggy frame with one of these.
Yeah.
So it's just another tool, to use in the shop or when you're trying to do different things. There, Ray was the one that actually asked me. I didn't want to call you out by name, but yes. So they're really nice, really good to have. Like I said, not only just for a hobby, but I use it all around the house. If you have to trim a little piece of molding off at the bottom. When I did put hardwood floors in my last house, you had to cut all the trim on the bottom just to make the hardwood floor fit. So you take a scrap piece of hardwood floor and you cut it. I'll be using this to cut out the doors in my depot to put in the chicken doors to run trains out. So lots of uses.
I saw a question here while you were doing that, not necessarily related to that, but was asking easy way to put locomotives that have many wheels on the track. I'm having a hard time loading one of my locomotives. And when I saw that, I walked away. And this was the old split jaw company, which, the car loading ramp that they had.
Yep.
Which doesn't always help with a locomotive. But then I was thinking, well, wait a minute. There is something that will help with that, which is what Pico actually sells. Where'd it go? Their easy railer powered re-railer.
Yep.
That you can actually set right on the track. It makes contact with the rails, so you can actually easily set a track powered locomotive on there if it's not battery or something, and run it right onto the track. So
a couple different options.
Yeah. I mean, so if it's non-powered, you can get away with it with an unpowered one. Like I said, the current split jaw doesn't make this loading ramp. I think he's talked about possibly making them, but I think LGB makes like a little short one, but for something like loading a locomotive, that Pico one's probably the way you'd want to go.
He asked, is it possible to 3D print one? If you have a big enough printer and you can print it in one piece, otherwise you would have to design it to print it in multiple pieces and glue it together. And I actually have one made out of styrene that a friend of mine made for me in 2001, and I still have it. So you could even build one out of styrene.
Yeah, I've seen a few people. I don't have it laying here. There was one actually someone built out of wood not too long ago, but
nope. There you go. Daniel Peck will be making clones of the split jaw design.
There you go. I mean that loading ramp there, like just loading cars with it makes it a lot nicer. Actually, I think if I'd go back to HO scale, I'd have to have one of those for those now.
I have one for the N scale because I can't get the wheels on the track.
Yeah, that would definitely be a must for that.
Yep. I had Vinny for that, but when Vinny wasn't around, I had to,
Oh.
Nancy said, oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to say, it says mine are RC rechargeable battery, which it feeds power back to the rails. Is that by design or?
Yeah. I don't think that's supposed to do that.
Yeah, it's feeding power back to the rails unless you intended it to do that. That's not good.
But I was going to say, Nancy said she has the longer one and use it for USA Trains Big Boy.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, split jump mate. I'm trying to think how tall this one is. This is what, like maybe 2 foot, maybe.
I think they made a 36-inch one as well.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. This one is like 3 foot long. Oh, Tim says there was a vendor at the Northeast Large Scale Train Show that made a wooden one with aluminum that would touch each of the rails to power the locomotive.
Yeah, that was like a cradle, not necessarily a re-railer.
Okay.
Like you would put the whole cradle on a track and then run your train off of that.
Okay.
No.
Huh.
So
Okay.
he's backfeeding. He's backfeeding through the track so he could relate his cars.
I did that accidentally once.
Just be
Run on
careful
somebody-
because if you go on somebody's track that's powered.
Well, that and you also have to watch too if you inadvertently put a reverse loop or something in there.
Yep.
You'll have a dead short.
That too, and you'll burn up your battery as well as probably your other things.
I see what Larry's saying. I'm like,
The guy that builds a cradle is local to West Springfield.
okay, now, yeah, I was trying to decipher what Larry was saying there. What was I looking for here?
Larry said I have friends.
Who has friends? You?
Hey.
Get out of here.
You have equals friends. Thank you. Thank you, Larry.
All right. Was there anything else you were going to show for tools?
No.
Like that?
I was just going to do those two things.
Okay. Let's see. Let me get back to what I was looking for here. So we can talk about the other thing
Yes.
we had going on.
LGB made a re-railer track. So did Aristo-craft. There's a couple companies that made re-railer tracks. But, that you'd have to kind of run the engine over a couple times to get it to go on. Larry has friends?
Speaking of friends,
Hey! It's the Deck King.
the Deck King. You cannot have it your way.
The Deck Kingman.
The Deck King. Oh, well, that's going to be stuck in my head now.
Deck Kingman.
So I thank Dan earlier. I'll thank everybody else, everyone that attended or wanted to attend and couldn't make it. The Great Lakes Large Scale Train Expo. Thank you. But Larry pays them.
To have friends. Larry pays his friends. That's what he's trying to say.
It seems like everybody that attended had nothing but positive things to say. There has to be a story with that costume. Well, yeah, there actually is, John. Sean and I actually talk quite a bit, and Sean has a lot of stories. But Sean always he does like the TCA shows and that, and he's their official videographer. And I always tease him about that. And he asked me if he was going to be our official videographer, and I said, "Well, absolutely." That's why I wanted him to come, because I knew I wasn't going to have time to do much of anything, and I was correct. But he made a joke that he wanted to have official royal attire to wear, and he always liked, was it Jerry the King Lawler, I believe, that
Yes.
come out dressed in the crushed blue robe and crown, and I don't think he thought I was going to get it. Behold the power of Amazon. We got him hooked up. And believe it or not, as soon as he put it on, people started running over and wanting to take photos with him. He said, "Hold on, I want to get a photo before you take it off." But nothing's as priceless as the look on Turk Russell's face when I casually had Sean walk up to him. Yeah. So, and of course, to Sean, it's 8:19, so he's in bed now. Thanks for coming all the way from New Jersey. And there actually are 4 videos up online. Andrew, you should have got one from the app. No, Larry. Yes. Gabrielle, thank you. It was a pleasure having you. We're going to get that name right.
When we saw Gabrielle at the show, I said, "Hey, Andrew, look, it's Gabriel."
Oh, for God's sake. Yeah. Like, no, we're just going to stay away from that.
Rob said he wished he had a picture of that.
Probably Turk seeing. Yeah. He was going to take the get up off. I said, hold on. I said, we got to go. I said, just casually walk up to Turk. Don't say anything. Awesome show. If it stays on track, I think as long as I don't derail it, I guess we'll be good.
There's nobody else involved.
Well, I want to pass blame around. No. But I'm just looking to see here. Yeah. Of course, someone had mentioned earlier about Nico's clinic. He was running a clinic on the who, what, where, when, and why of building and setting up modular layouts.
It was a basic overview.
Yeah.
Oh, Dackman is here. He's not in bed.
Oh, wait, you got a picture with Turk? Well, hang on. Let's see. Let me go. Let's see. I got your photos pulled down here. Hang on. Oh, there we go. Yeah, we do have a picture with Turk. There we go. There's the master of disaster. Turk's texting me now. Now you did it. Yep, that's a picture Turk just sent me. Was that one? Well, all right. I guess we're going to show that picture then. You have to see Nico bowing to the master.
Yes, I bow to the king, the Dak Kingming.
Yeah, it was a really, really good show. Yeah, see, even the ladies like the Dak man. I'm just looking to see here now that I poked over into Sean's photos here. We had where to go.
Well, while you're looking at that, I'll answer this question.
Sure.
Which rail is better for battery, aluminum or brass? Well, if you're running battery, you really don't need to worry about you really don't have to usually, but in your case, you're back feeding through to run car lighting. So brass would be better. Aluminum still works. It oxidizes a little bit more. It's lighter and it bends easier. So, if you have a spot where animals can get onto the track or branches fall, it could get damaged easier.
I'm not sure what's going on there. Was he praising Sean, or was he getting ready to choke him? I'm kind of trying to debate there. Like, I'm not sure what's going on. Also got a lovely photo here that Sean took of the Susquehanna Valley Garden Railway Society and their fully landscaped garden railroad that they set up in the lobby. You may have been accustomed to seeing it East Coast when it was in York, PA.
Yes, this was all Rob. Rob does all this, coordinates everything, gets everybody on board. Rob's the president.
And I got to say, it was a pretty impressive layout. Now, I will say, I did mention real quickly, if you want to see any of the videos that Sean did, you can always go to YouTube and look up Dackman Productions to find them. But also, if you head on over to the GreatLakesTrainExpo.com website, I do have the 4 videos he did embedded there. You can check those out. He's got a video of the layouts. He's got a video of actually. I guess we can probably click on one of these. Let's see.
Yeah, dealers.
Yeah, I mean, he goes all around the show. If you want to see what you missed in great detail by not being there, Sean has got it documented here. We'll skip ahead a little bit there. There was tons and tons and tons and tons of G gauge for sale.
And O gauge too, right?
No, there was no O gauge. Nothing smaller than. Well, let me take that back. There were some things smaller than G there, but I think some people didn't know what the heck it was that they had.
Live steam.
Yeah. Yep, we had live steam there. The train department was there.
Yep.
I just let this play through, but this is a 45-minute video, folks. So I will give you some snippet jump through clips there, and you can go to the website to check out the rest. But there was all kinds of stuff there.
Buildings. Anything you can need for your building a layout or adding on to your layout, that was there.
Yeah. His highlight video, actually, this one covers somewhat the some of the like regular display stuff, and then also like the non-G, for instance, like B&B Hobby Supply was there with all their tools and accessories and stuff you may need. We also had Pete Lero from Lero Productions, I believe. If I got that incorrect, with all of his fantastic artwork that he does.
Hey, there's the triple crossing.
The what?
Triple crossing.
This here, if I get to it, was the PNWV Highline. This was a gentleman that came in that doesn't have a layout, but he likes building just dioramas and that. Very nicely detailed. I know several people really enjoyed that. And again, you can watch all these videos in detail online. Let's see.
Yes, thank you, Jonathan Straczynski.
Yeah.
Probably messed up your name there, but for
doing
all the announcements, staying on top of all the announcements, door prizes, everything he did was awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, he did a pretty phenomenal job. Of course, modeling contest. I thought we had a lot of nice entries for that.
Yes. It was all voted on. So the votes were all from attendees. So anybody that attended the show, when they walked in, they got a voting pamphlet. And so there was no judges were anybody from inside the show. It was just anybody who attended the show got a pamphlet. And then I counted them all at the show to get the winners. But I think everybody enjoyed it. And then we had one last minute entry. Unfortunately, I can't remember the young gentleman's name.
Oh, I've got a picture of it here. I can show in a moment.
Yeah.
But yeah, initially I wasn't quite sure what we would get for a modeling contest, but there was a lot of really, really nice stuff on there.
It's for fun. Everybody's got to remember that it's to show off your work and have fun with it. Not, it's not, I know in the past there's been modeling contests and people were getting all angry about it, but it's for fun.
It's for fun. And, and I also see it as an inspirational thing. You see what other people are doing.
Yeah.
I
mean, some of these locomotives and some of the, the rail truck here and some of the cars that Dan built and other people built. There's Jonathan's locomotives.
Hey, before Turk has a meltdown there, I'll just put that up there for him. So because we were teasing him saying Rob was doing everything. Rob and Turk are both equally important, but I can see Turk will be calling me as soon as the stream ends tonight. Yeah.
Here's Kyle's engines coming up next.
I'm assuming the strobing has to do with frame rate in the video and the LEDs or something.
Yeah, probably.
Because I don't remember seeing it actually do that while it was sitting there.
Nope. But it's funny, the other engine's not doing it.
Yeah, that is interesting.
And I did post the winners on 4Track's Facebook page. I don't know if you want to share that to your page, Andrew.
Oh, the winners? Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
I can share that. I hadn't seen that yet.
There's my switch track.
I was wondering what was with the piece of switch track there.
Kyle needed something to put his engine on, so he just grabbed my piece of switch track.
Okay, I was like, oh, that's kind of weird. It's on a switch track, but okay.
And then I think the next engine was 3D printed.
Paul Hoffaker, the Decapod.
Yeah. I believe a lot of that is 3D printed.
Yeah, I believe that is. The second engine, I think, is a different person's,
Yeah,
right? That's
That's Ed Halo, and that was, I believe, kit bashed.
Yeah. It's a B&O George Emerson. So, yeah, so lots of cool stuff in the modeling contest. Oh, this was Jonathan announcing the winners.
Cody said it happens when you have the dim button on.
Ah, yes. This was the Hopper Topper Challenge that operated for part of a day. Jonathan got some sand in his gears and kind of gummed things up.
I thought you were going to say something else.
But I'm not sure, but I'm not even going to ponder.
Hey, you can see all the door prizes behind there, too.
Yeah. 45 door prizes in total. And of course, we had Shrunk 3D there that would scan, and I'm looking forward to getting the prints that I ordered.
Yeah, me too. I got one sitting down this time so I could put myself in an engine.
Now, what was cool about their setup is it's all contained in the trailer that's sitting behind them. And,
there it is.
Yeah, they just pull it on in there. You climb in there. Everything's pre-set up. They do the scan. It's pretty nifty. It's actually, I believe, a franchise business, if I'm not mistaken, because it's all over the U.S. And then, of course, we had Making Trains Fun there doing their kids' clinics.
That's funny.
You can see the Conrail locomotives derail. Oh, yeah. Yes, Sean, while he was here, also did a video of my layout as well, which you can find over on his YouTube channel. Again, Dakman Productions.
Dak Kingman.
Dak Kingman. You will not see any kids in the video of this. Sean tries to abide by YouTube policies and not show children in the videos. Sometimes that can be a challenge at times, but these are some of the flat cars they built with the loads on them.
Oh, don't forget to pull up the kid's name with the.
I don't have his name. I have the picture.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. And then this goes into, we had GN larger, so I forget what scale the little guy there was.
That is 3/4 scale. 3/4 scale, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it was nice. We actually had a pretty good turnout from the clubs in this area that do the ride-on gauges. That Berkshire sitting there is rather impressive too when he pans around to that. I don't want to know how much it costs to buy, manufacture, whatever for that Berkshire, but it was definitely a nice locomotive.
You would take out a mortgage to buy that.
I think you're probably right.
Yes.
I mean, that's a piece of equipment there.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at $70K ish, 50 to 70, if not more.
Built by Gene Lerwig. Started construction in 2007. Dang.
Yeah, most of these come as kits, and you have to do all the machining on them and all the assembly, all the piping, everything.
And supposedly this is one of the most prototypical ones in this size that you will find down to the details. Yeah, that's rather impressive.
I would love to see it running. That's what I'd love to see.
John said something about you're buying that for Vincent for his birthday.
Vinny would rather have a diesel.
Darren says price tag is $220,000.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I believe it.
Well, I guess, yeah. I mean, the last I saw, Hudson was selling for around 50,000.
Yeehaw. I mean, yeah, that had some pretty wild details in there.
They are fun to run. I mean, you actually, when you're running this, you got to watch the water. You got to watch your fire. You know, especially if you're climbing hills or on a layout where we run, there's a bunch of grades, so you got to make sure you have steam to make it back up.
And actually, before I show that, let me before I forget again, because you asked me, I had the Kids Clinic car that was a winner. I believe that was that one there, correct?
Yes. Yeah, so we had a late entry. He came over to me at the end of Friday and said, hey, is it possible that I can enter? Unfortunately, the tags were pre-made out, so it wasn't like I could add them onto the tag or anything like that. So he said, yeah, and I let him write out a card. And Michael and Rachel were kind enough to donate a car for him. So at the end, we announced him as a winner and gave him a box. It was a box or a cattle car.
Cattle car, yeah.
Yeah. So it was great that they donated the car for him, and he's just getting into G scale, and now he's starting to build a little collection. And also Chuck added. There was 2 cars he had on a white elephant table. He gave those to them too. So he ended up getting a couple cars.
Actually, I gave away a couple of cars out on the white elephant table because I didn't want to take them home. And
Yep.
the family that was dragging out their new starter set they had just won looked like they needed more to carry. I said, here you go. Which I was great. There were 3 different kids that won starter sets this year.
So I'll let you fill this part in because you know better than I do.
I'm assuming we're talking about the Great Lakes show.
Well,
So
that's the only show you're showing. So
if I back up here, you will see that we are 361 days, 13 hours, and 22 minutes away from the 2026 Great Lakes Large Scale Train Expo. That is going to be in Girard, Ohio again at the Metroplex Expo Center, same place it was this year. And yeah, I'm already planning for it. I'm just waiting on my contract to come in the mail so that we can get that locked down. And we'll be rolling right along. And if anybody was wondering, I do have it on the screen here. We had, as far as paid attendance over the 2 days, we had 794 people. There was an additional 140. I was a little bit blown away when I went to make the the lanyards and the name tags for everybody, and I said, holy crap, I got to order some more lanyards.
And you were still short. I had to give you mine back.
Yeah, still short. Yeah, 140 additional that made up the vendors, exhibitors, and clubs. So we had total attendance of 934. So I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining at all. I have absolutely no complaints. Like I said, everybody seemed to absolutely love the show. Yeah. And Mikey, yeah, we appreciate you guys helping out.
Yep.
Promoting the hobby to kids is what we need to do. Yeah, Chuck says send him home with 4 total. Kid got a whole mini train, just needed an engine.
Come on, Chuck. Why don't you give him an engine too? Jeez.
And I agree with Larry. Yeah, about one thing I noticed about G-scale people, even full-size people, they're always ready to support the hobby. Yeah,
I gave away, so along with Melinda and Steve and their crew up in the Northeast show, I had I asked Melinda to just find me somebody that was a young man or young woman that was just getting into G-scale or interested in trains, and we went through a couple of the flyers that they fill out because the families fill out a little checklist when they're registering for that, and we gave away a Bachmann starter set to another young gentleman.
What was I looking for here?
And if Turk would listen when I speak, they are listed on my Facebook page. If you want to pull up my Facebook page, Andrew, you can do that. Or if you want me to,
I can do that. Let me see here, though.
you can go through the winners of the.
I don't know. Did Turk win anything? I don't think he was a winner, was he?
There will be a 1 hour photo op for the Deck King.
Oh yeah, it's stuck now. The deck. Hopefully, they don't make a Netflix series like Tiger King. You know.
Do we get to sit? Do we get to sit on his lap?
Please no. That's only if Larry Otis comes. He wants. Yeah, please come next year, Larry. We want you to sit on the Deck King's lap and get a photo with him. Let's see. Get to your what the heck? No, I typed in the wrong thing. There we go. 4-track. That's what we're looking for. Let's see if I can share this. Have to stop that screen and share another one.
That's why I let you do it, because you're better at it than me.
Yeah, I'm looking to see. Oh, I got to do it in. Those have been a Microsoft Edge. I keep forgetting it's. I got to do it over in Chrome. Chrome.
I think I will stay home. Why would you stay home, Larry? Did Dackman get 3D scanned? Did you get him 3D scanned with the cape and the hat?
You know, I no, he did not with that on.
Man,
that was something that was thought of after the fact, and I'm like, oh, we should have so had him get scanned with that on. But that gives us something to do next year.
we need a he needs a throne.
You know, I was already thinking about it. He's like his own like director's chair with his name on it. But only if Turk dresses up as a court jester. So, all right, I think I found what we're looking for here. It looks like the modeling contest winners. First place for locomotives was Turk Russell with his Bachmann rail truck converted to a fire rescue. We have Jonathan Straczynski for second place for his vandalized CSX unit. Third place for his GP40-3 is GM50.
So I think there's another for next year's event. What I'll probably do is if you win 2 in a row, so like in Jonathan's case, he won second and third place. Next year, if you win one, you're going to get bumped for the next one, so somebody else will get in place. So you could still enter as many as you want, but you will only get the top spot.
Yeah. And Rob, I will find the outfit and send you the link. So I didn't realize the photos you posted are the winners. And
yes.
So yeah. So wow.
Thank you, T. I stole them off of you.
So Turk's fire rescue that he did.
Yep.
That actually came out really nice.
Yeah, there's Jonathan's engines that won.
And for Pete's sake, I'm not signed in here. I didn't realize I was on a window. I wasn't signed in. Hang on, stupid dang thing.
Go ahead, type your password so we could all see it.
Yeah, that ain't happening. See if I can pull it up in the right frickin' window.
I don't know who won the Campact door prize. They were just random tickets that we gave out at the door, and we called numbers, so I don't think we knew exactly who won what, unless it was somebody we knew. Thank you again. While we wait for Andrew to log in.
Yeah, I'm just downloading the pictures real quick. I don't like displaying my personally logged in Facebook on the live stream.
Why not?
You never know what someone like Larry Otis is going to message you and pop up. You don't need that type of thing.
So the category for dioramas was structures, basically. So a diorama would go into the structures category. Unless you're doing a diorama that has something else, but we could add other categories. This was just the first year, and I didn't even know if anybody would enter, so had to start somewhere.
There might be a possibility for a kids class of for the modeling contest next year. I did see a response back from Making Trains Fun, mentioning that they'd be interested in talking about that for next year. So,
contact info for the vendor, that was Barry McNew, right?
For the vendor that was selling the USA Trains Hudson's and Big Boy, that is Barry McNew. Let me see if I can find you.
Message us offline.
Yeah, message. Obviously, I'm not going to put Barry's contact info live up on screen.
Nancy, you need to ask ahead of time. I can't, if I don't know the question, I can't answer it.
All right, I think I have all the photos now. Let's see.
As long as it's PG, Larry, as long as it's PG.
All right, so let's go back to this. All right, so I just got the photos now. So we had, how many photos should there be?
6 and 2, 8.
8. All right, I think I got them all. Oh, yeah, I got Turks in there twice.
Because Jonathan's both got in one picture. Yeah, see, Jonathan's are both in one. So okay. I didn't do 2 separate pictures.
All right. So we had first, second, and third place for locomotives, and then we had first, second, and third for rolling stock, I believe. First place was Chris Murray, right?
Correct.
And what was second place?
You want me to grab the thing? I have it over here.
Yeah, if you'd like to. Larry doesn't do PG. I agree, John.
Okay. I've got the officials here.
Yes, Colin, I am ready. You just need to get a hold of me one night so we can talk about that.
Second was Dan.
All right, so that would be Dan was second place.
Yep.
And then third place was
Brian Schlee with the Donald Duck rocket. Yep, that one.
I like that one. They had a lot of character.
And then in the structures, David Hawk was the first with the...
Well, real quick, I like Tim's thing here. I have Dackman 3D scanned in the crown and robe before the show, so you can have the figures for sale at the show next year.
There you
go. So for structures, which was
it? David Hawk with the lobster pound in Maine.
Lobster pound, okay.
Yep. Second was Mike Zader, the YMCA building in Warren, Ohio.
All right.
And third was Edward Mitchell with the wooden water towers, 2 of them, scratch built.
And actually, I have one of those here because that's actually supposed to. I have to give that to somebody. It's supposed to go with the layout.
So yeah,
a lot of really nice entries. I felt, I was very pleased.
Next year we'll do you can enter as much as you want, but you will only win. Sorry, Larry, water tower, or how do you say it up in Boston? Water tower.
You can see the Susquehanna Club toiling away. They're building their layout, which I want to say was, they'll probably correct me, but I believe it was about 5 hours it took them to go from bare floor to completed layout. Yep. Okay. I got your email there, MDS Trains. I'll get back to you here after the live stream. The heck is Larry talking about? What? Chuck says, then you could also sell the Dak King value meal in the concession store. Wow. Sean is sitting in his chair right now laughing so hard he's going to roll out of it, I'm sure. Yeah, 1.5 hours to clean up, Rob said. Yeah, that was pretty record. Like, I was surprised how quickly that was tore down and out of there. That was pretty damn amazing. See if I could speed up here to where it was done. Oh man.
Yeah, it's really cool that they actually build just like you would build it outdoors on the ground.
And again, like I said, head over to the Great Lakes Train Expo .com website, and I have these videos linked there. And all, I don't have it on the website yet. I'm going to add it. Jeff Schubert from the Susquehanna Club also put up a video, kind of a sped up time lapse kind of thing of their travel to the show and the process of putting the whole layout together. Is kind of fun to watch.
You want to do that other giveaway because we're down to 9 minutes here?
Yep. I'll work on it here.
I was going to tell you at 8:45, but
that's all right.
I have a video of the first time I took Vinny to the York show, and we're sitting down. We got some food, and we sat down watching the layout. And one of our friends took video of us from the other side. And Vinny's probably like 5 years old.
Let's see. Oh, for God's sake. Larry wants to vote on what should be included in the Dak King meal. Oh, boy. Yeah, it's amazing how some of these things get started. Let's see. So, I'll pause on that for a moment so we can talk about our giveaway for tonight. Our giveaway tonight provided to us by Mr. Don Sweet of Radio Control Systems of New England. I believe I got that right. Let me double check the email. Yep. Don is actually donating a LM-5S-G, one of the new Rail Pro boards, to the lucky winner. So if you would, never know, my phone's buzzing anymore. Who's texting me? Or
come on, focus on the show. Let's go.
Well, just making sure, like, I didn't say something wrong. Maybe it's Dawn messaging me saying, "Hey, hold on, I didn't say to give that away." You never know. So if you would like to enter for that, let's see. Just place #sweet in the live chat on Facebook or YouTube, and you will get entered into the drawing to win one of the new Rail Pro boards.
Not Sean's jelly beans.
And for the Dak King meal, Larry says he's thinking a bratwurst with onions and chili with a side of baked beans with garlic bread. Okay, then. I don't think I'm ordering the Dak King meal.
John Simkovich, it should be sweet. SWEET. SWEET.
So let me back up on that. Go back to this for a second because I wanted to speed up a little bit past that and show. Of course, the Columbus Garden Railway Society had a nice display set up. I thought it was a really good example of what you can do in smaller spaces. Oh boy, let's go away from that laptop screen. There's probably something on there people shouldn't see. This was the Lakeshore Garden Railway Club that came all the way down from Michigan. And I am disappointed I didn't get time to go over and watch them actually set this up, but I got to say, the way they have that constructed, it seemed like they slapped that thing together in just about no time flat.
Yeah, I kept on looking over. I'm like, they're not here yet. They're not here yet. They're not. And then I looked over. It was set up. I was like,
oh, they're here. There's trains on it. And I think they have 2 staging yards off of it. Hey, there goes an Oscar Mayer Wienermobile. Oh, Chuck says if you supersize the Dak King meal, you get the
Crown.
replica Dak King crown. And I do have to say the Lakeshore Garden Railway Club, they had some interesting trains around. I was trying to see if I could find one of them here. Passenger stuff. Oh, here we go. That was a kid favorite, the Slinky train.
That's funny.
I got to give them credit. I mean, they run some rather interesting stuff. I mean, it gets the kids interested. It gets people interested. I mean, you know, I was trying to see. I thought there was something else in here. What's this here? Oh, I like that one. That was a motorized wreck crane.
That's interesting. I didn't see that one.
Yeah. Well, you know, this is why you comp the Dak King a hotel room for a couple of nights and you have him come and film it for you. I told him I sat down and watched the video. I said it was great to see what was at the show that I was at that I didn't see anything. Uh-oh. Joseph says the Dunn Kings will be suing for copyright infringement. The heck is this one? Star Wars. There we go. Star Wars. I think there was a Pez train as well. So,
No shit, a kid for it. He stared at the Slinky train for 20 minutes.
Yeah. So, like I said, you can check out all these videos over on Dackman Productions YouTube channel. You can go to GreatLakesTrainExpo.com, and I've got the videos embedded there. Of course, the Susquehanna Valley, Cuyahoga Valley Scenic Railway was there as well. They were kind enough. They donated, I think, 3 or 4 sets of tickets to actually go up and ride the train. They're about, I think, an hour or so away from where we're at.
Who was the club that donated the shirts and the hat?
That was, for Pete's sake, I'm going to get it wrong. Mahoning Valley Railway Heritage Association. Yeah.
Vinny and I stopped by there, and they were mowing the lawn. Those guys were great. They, come on in, take a look at anything you want. They opened up the caboose. They opened up one of the engines for us.
When did you stop there?
What was it, Wednesday when you were at work?
Oh, okay. Oh, you didn't tell me you stopped. That's good to hear.
Because you were at work.
Well, no, but you didn't mention is what I mean. Like I wasn't aware. I'm glad to hear you stopped by. Yeah, they're a good group of guys.
Yeah.
And of course, the switching puzzle was set up. And what the heck is going on here? I think that's a legal operation or hand coupling.
Who was the guy? Nancy. If Nancy can answer that.
Yeah.
Who owns that motorized crane car?
Yeah, we had the switching puzzle set up and running. And for some reason we decided to check out the exploding LGB dynamite car. I happened to walk by as that was going on. I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on over there? Of course, the Big Train Operator Club had a very nice display set up out there. Which usually you see a point-to-point and it's just straight back and forth. I like they actually incorporated a curve into that and kind of gave it a little bit more interesting aspects to it. Who is...
And it went through a tunnel?
Yeah. Oh, here we go. We'll go outside now. Since we had 7.5-inch gauge operating outside, including a live steam locomotive, courtesy of our friends at Accutai for bringing their 120-foot oval of 7.5-inch gauge track and setting it up, and their live steam locomotive and diesel they brought down. Seemed like everybody really enjoyed that. Hopefully we can convince them to come on back next year, because it was definitely a hit with everyone. got a feeling that's a little bit complicated operating that.
It's not too bad. Once you get the hang of it, on a flat surface, it's really easy. Like I said, once you got grades, that's where it.
I kind of like the low boy riding cars. I imagine that keeps the center of gravity down a little bit, huh?
Yeah.
Which also, as you see in the background there, folks, that's actually a brand new Marriott property that's should be opening up the beginning of next month. So next year we'll have an additional hotel available at the Expo.
Yeah, from there you can just walk over. You don't even need to drive.
Or maybe we can get them to set up the train to run from the hotel to the Expo. But yeah. Yeah, lots and lots of fun. I couldn't be happier with how everything went at the show. Attendance was great. The people were great. I just don't know what else to say about it. There's a photo of the Lakeshore Club all set up there. I'm just trying to cycle through here quickly to show a few photos. I know we're kind of right at the 9 o'clock hour there, but
I think you're talking about Gordon, John.
These photos that Dackman has up, you can see them on his Facebook page, his Dackman Productions Facebook page, but I also have his permission to upload those to my website. So I will upload those so folks can see them there as well. Yeah, I was very pleased with the turnout of vendors that we had, the people that were exhibiting. I can't say enough good things. I never thought I'd have the problem of not being able to walk 2 feet without someone stopping me and saying how much they enjoyed the show. We can't wait to come back next year. What are the dates for next year? So yeah, it was a good experience all the way around. And the nice thing about next year is, most of the hard stuff's out of the way now.
Do you have the news thing?
The news thing?
Yeah. Are you on the news?
Oh, yeah, I was on the news, wasn't I? Oh, well, let me see here. Let's see.
Andrew wouldn't let me on because I had my lumpy potato shirt
No,
on.
I'm pretty sure the news guy wouldn't let you on because you're my lumpy potatoes shirt.
He looked at me. He goes, "One's good."
Yeah, got the big heart on there with a picture of me, and this is my lumpy potato. He's like, "Oh yeah, we just need one." Sorry, 1 second here. I'll find it real quick. I just have to find where I stashed it away at.
Yeah, I think all the vendors had a good show too, sales wise. So I mean, everybody that we talked to seemed really happy about it. Even the people displaying, vendors, attendees. So we're looking forward to it next year. TikTok 9 p.m.
Yeah, I hear you. Hang on.
Everybody's waiting to be the drawing too.
Oh, hey, you're the one who brought this up, so blame yourself. Let's see here. Okay, now we got some sort of advertisement here.
A model train show begins tomorrow in Liberty, but this show is for large model trains. Earlier this evening, they were setting up for the Great Lakes Large Scale Train Expo. It runs from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. tomorrow and Saturday at the Metroplex. Now, these are G-gauge and larger, from 1/29th scale all the way up to ride-on trains. There will be vendors from Florida, Georgia, Oklahoma, and New York, along with clubs from Pennsylvania and Michigan.
There's a lot of shows in the area that cover all different scales of trains, but the larger stuff it gets a little bit choked out. It's not as prominent. So I wanted to do a show that would focus on that and bring a bunch of different people together.
It's $8 to get in, and kids are more than welcome. In fact, kids will get their own G-gauge flat car into which they can build loads and then keep.
Yeah. So Again, I can't say enough good things about the show. I saw a question. Where'd it go?
Nancy?
Yeah, where's it at? Yes, that is correct. That is what we are aiming for next year, Nancy. I think that's what I had on the website here. Did I actually put the date?
Give that man an Emmy.
Give that man an Emmy. Well, what I love is when the news interviews you for 5 minutes and they use 5 seconds of it.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like, all right, and here's Andrew. Yeah, all right, we're back to the news. I guess I don't have the physical date sitting on here, but yeah. So the weekend we're sitting on right now, it'll be the third weekend of May. It'll be May 15th and 16th, Friday and Saturday is what we're aiming for. And I have no guarantee at the moment. I got to see how things work out as we get further into the year here. But I'm also going to see if I can try and put together some type of small garden layout tour for Sunday after the show as well. Because I think a lot of people would possibly enjoy that quite a bit. So, but I think there's a bunch of people waiting.
Yeah, nobody's really listening to you anymore. At this point.
I stopped listening to myself a while ago. So let's see here. Stop that. Let's
Scroll down, Tim said. I don't know. Oh, you already stopped.
Oh,
never mind. Roll it.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
What?
Bush's baked beans. Come on,
come on. I want to go to bed.
You want to go to bed? Ah, for crying out loud! All right, so
48 entries on the board.
48 entries. Yes, we do. So let's see who the lucky winner is going to be tonight of the new Rail Pro module.
Hopefully, it's somebody that uses Rail Pro.
And whoa!
What?
All right.
That ain't right.
It ain't right, but that's what happened. I have no control over that, folks. I'm not quite sure what the odds are on that, but that is something that's completely controlled out of my hands. That's StreamYard giveaway tool that randomly draws it. Yeah, I'm seeing all the no way it's fixed. Yeah. Congratulations, Rob.
Twice.
I'm not quite sure how. You can tell Turk that you're now the luckiest man alive. Don't share this with Turk as well.
This is because he has to deal with Turk. That's why he's getting all this.
Yeah. Anybody that has questions on how this process works, I'll send you. Rob says at least I use RailPro. There you go.
Good.
Anyone that has questions on how this process works, I'll gladly send you all the info from StreamYard on how their system works. It is random and out of my hands. Go buy a lottery ticket, Rob.
I would rerun it out tonight.
Yeah. As Colin said, no joke. Go buy a lottery ticket. Hey, I like that. I got robbed by Rob.
I'll not enter next time, he said.
Bill Lynch, you have a better chance of getting bit by a shark on the moon than winning twice in one day. Dang. And Colin's really getting on the buy the lottery ticket thing, Rob.
Yeah.
So,
all right.
Congratulations, Rob. And again, everybody that came to the Great Lakes Large Scale Train Expo, thank you again. I look forward to seeing all of you and more next year. And that's our show for the evening. Our next live stream will be June 29th. You guys missed the market on hashtag Nico got Rob shirts. Yeah, I know we did. I tried to get one added to my t-shirt store that I have, Kyle, and they no joke, they rejected the image. They said it was too low res. All it was a silhouette picture of Nico's head. So yeah. We'll be back next month with another live stream, and we'll be back in a year with another Expo in Girard, Ohio. So everybody that saw us there, thank you. Everyone that went to the Northeast show and had to look at Nico, I'm sorry.
Two shows.
Shows. Hopefully I'll make it back up there next year. Being back to back, it was just a little bit too close. I don't think I would have quite made it. So
I still haven't made it.
we still haven't made it. So thank you everybody, and have a good evening.
Have a good night.